So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this chapter today we are going to discuss thalamus. So first of all we need to know that thalamus is actually situated in the brainstem rostral end, and it is a relay and integrative system. Relay means that it is going to conduct all the information to the cerebral cortex. So thalamus and cerebral cortex have very special connection in this way, and integrative means that it is going to process the sensory information of different ways together. So now this, for example, this is the cerebral cortex, for example, and in this region, separated by this corpus callosum or the cingulate gyrus, below this region, everything that is below this corpus callosum is the diencephalon. So this hypothalamus is also a part of the diencephalon, and these are two in number. So this thalamus actually, it is a large egg-shaped mass. It is on, these are two in number, and they are on the each side of the third ventricle. And the anterior end of the thalamus is narrow and rounded and forms the posterior boundary of the intraverticular foramen, and the posterior end, it forms the pulvinar. For example, this is the thalamus. So anterior is related to interventricular foramen, and posterior part has this region which is known as the pulvinar. Now let's look at the location. So these are the ventricles of your brain, and this particular ventricle is the third ventricle. So on each side of the third ventricle we can see thalamus. These are two thalami in number, and this region in the middle, it is the third ventricle, and this is the thalamus on each side of it. So you can see that the lateral wall of the third ventricle, it is related to the medial side of the thalami. Now for further location with the brainstem, you should know that the thalami, they are located just above the brainstem or just above the midbrain, and the posterior to the thalamus we have these superior and inferior colliculus. For example, if we make this structure like this, this is the brainstem with the midbrain, the pons, medulla, etc., and posteriorly we have these colliculi. So this is your thalamus present over here. Anteriorly it has the interventricular foramen. Posteriorly it is related, it is having this pulvinar, and it is located superior to the midbrain, and a little bit postero-inferior to it, it has this tegmental or this superior and inferior collicular region. Now just on both sides of the thalamus externally, it has this external medullary lamina. This is a white matter structure, and thalamus is actually a gray matter structure because it is made up of a large number of nuclei. Also another thing, that for example, if we were considering this diagram for thalamus, then the thalamus has superiorly it has the stratum zonale, and laterally it has this external medullary lamina. So as I told you that this thalamus has this whole structure like this, it's an egg-shaped structure. So in this egg-shaped structure, which is actually a mass of the gray matter, we have also the white matter. So this is actually a white matter which is shaped in Y region, and this white matter actually distributes your thalamus into an anterior, a medial, and a lateral portion. And this white matter is actually called intermedullary lamina. You can also see over here that this internal medullary lamina, it divides your thalamus into medial and lateral portions. Then on its stem or the Y-shaped region, we have an enclosed region which is the anterior part. Anterior part lies between the limbs of the Y, and medial and lateral, they are divided by this intermedullary lamina. Each of the three parts of the thalamus, they have a large amount of the thalamic nuclei, and they have afferent fibers, the efferent fibers, and etc. So let us look at the anterior part. So I told you that, for example, this is your thalamus and this is your intermedullary lamina. So in the stem of this Y, everything that is enclosed in this Y, this is the anterior portion or the anterior thalamic nuclei. Mainly this anterior thalamic nuclei is associated with a large number of the things. First of all, it is associated with, for example, if we make it like this, so it is associated with this cingulate gyrus superiorly, this hypothalamus anteriorly, and another thing which is the mammillothalamic tract, the mammary bodies, which are a part of actually the hypothalamus. So from the cingulate gyrus, from this hypothalamus, and from these mammillary bodies, the afferent fibers are going to come into the anterior part of the thalamus. That is why, and also the efferents, the fibers that are going to go back, they are going to go back um, into this region, which is the cingulate gyrus, and back again into the hypothalamus, but not into the mammillary bodies. The mammillothalamic tract is only the afferent tract. Now, since the anterior part is associated with these organs and these are part of the limbic system, so it is involved with emotional tone and recent memory associated with the hippocampus, etc. And emotional tone, the emotions mainly controlled are fear, anger, and sexual behavior. Also, we can see over here that the anterior thalamic nuclei is associated with the mammillothalamic, the cingulate gyrus, and hypothalamus, but the efferent neuronal loops are only going to the cingulate gyrus and hypothalamus and not to the mammillothalamic tract because it is only afferent tract. So this tract it controls your recent memory and your emotional tone and emotions related to fear, anger, and the sexual behavior. Now, if we look at this diagram, we can clearly see that this is the intermedullary lamina or internal medullary lamina, which is dividing your this thalamus into the anterior, medial, and lateral portion. Now, this medial portion has the dorsomedial nuclei. So, let us discuss the afferent and efferent fibers associated with that. For example, if this is your thalamus, then this is the dorsal medial portion, and from this portion or to this portion, the afferent fibers are coming. They are coming from the prefrontal cortex as well as from the hypothalamus as well as from other thalamic nuclei. So these are the afferent fibers. And the efferent fibers, because it is a two-way communication, as you can see, so afferent fibers will go from the thalamus into the prefrontal cortex and from the thalamus into the hypothalamus. Mainly it is associated with somatic, visceral, and olfactory information integration, because so it is going to integrate the somatic, the visceral, and olfactory information. Also, it is going to control emotional feelings and subjective stress. That is the function of the medial part of the thalamus, having connections with the prefrontal cortex, with the hypothalamus, and with other thalamic nuclei. And the communication is two-way, and the information is actually integration of somatic, visceral, olfactory information and emotions and subjective stress. So now if we look at this dorsal medial nucleus, then I told you that this was associated with the prefrontal cortex and with the hypothalamus and other thalamic nuclei, and you can see over here. So this two-way communication is like this.